And welcome, race fans. Good afternoon. In terms of GT Cup Series, this is the big final of 2026 Slovakian Grand Prix. Here we are again on Slovakia Ring on the main straight, and as you can see, over 30 cars are forming up for the starting grid for the final race of the sprint part of the race weekend of the FIA Central European Zone Championship. So one more time, we are going to go for 25 minutes of sprint racing in a GT Cup Series, and again, we do have those fabulous Ligier LMP3 cars starting from the front line, from the front row actually. Miro Konopka again behind the wheel of his Ligier LMP3 number 44. One more time, he is going to start the race from pole position, as he did tremendous job today morning in qualifying, as he put his lap time down below 1:58, which means he is on pole position for his home race again. Amazing effort done by this Slovakian racing legend. Alongside him, up in the front row, it's another Ligier number 33, which is being entered by the Polish squad Aquaflame Racing. As you can see, those colors might be quite familiar for all of you guys following endurance racing closely, because actually this car has been borrowed from the Czech team Breton Racing, and you can still see the colors of Breton Racing on the bodywork of this Ligier number 33. Meanwhile, we do have another round of Michelin Le Mans Cup taking place in Spa-Francorchamps this weekend. So I do believe that also the team members of Breton Racing are following also this car, number 33, from Spa-Francorchamps, because this is obviously a huge project also for the future. But let's have some chats here on the starting grid. I'm wondering where is the driver of number 44, because I just saw Miro getting ready and chatting to his own guests and friends and family members on the grid, because as I said many times, this is Grand Prix of Slovakia. This is the home race. We do have so many fans, so many people on the grid for the grid walk. We have fully packed grandstand, not only the main grandstand, but also the grandstand over the first corner over there. So this is amazing race weekend here in Slovakia. Actually, the most important race weekend of the season for ARC Bratislava, if we speak about GT Cup Series, if we speak about the FIA Central European Zone Championship. You know what, let's move on. I believe we're gonna meet some members of family Konopka, because over here it is the Lamborghini Huracan GT3 number 14. This is Zdeno Mikuláško, will be starting the race from pole position in the GTX class again, as he won the race in GTX yesterday. So again, he is going to go after another win, and again, it could be double podium finish in the overall standings for the ARC Bratislava here on Slovakia Ring. And here they are, the guys. Here they are the guys from ARC Bratislava. Come over, guys, both of you. Yep. Well, it's great to have the complete squad of ARC Bratislava here on the grid. So guys, second race, second day, second sprint race. Zdeno, you won the GTX class yesterday. Yep. I believe today you got the same goal, guys.
My goal is the same, yeah, win it, but it's not going to be that easy. The tires are not good, it's hotter, it's going to be much tougher because of this one. Yeah,
sure. We do have a beautiful sunny weather, but hot temperatures. The track is hot, over 30 degrees, has the tarmac actually. How difficult is that for the tires?
For the Lamborghini, the tires are really degrading fast. Like they are losing in the fast corners. So the first 2-3 laps are okay, and then you have to be really gentle on it.
Yeah. It's a secret, no tell it.
Okay, it's a secret, but we just told it everybody. I'm so sorry, Miro. Miro, tell me about this guy, because this guy, he won the GTX class yesterday for you and your team. I mean, you must be proud.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that Deno is the best Slovakian driver for GT, 100%. And every time after start, he take over me. Sometimes my son take over me. Sometimes Dennis Waszek. And after it's a fight. It's every time same.
Yeah. I mean, the grid walk, it's buzzing around here. You got guys, so many people, so many friends, family members. How much are you enjoying this home race? Because this is the big final. This is the Sunday, the final day of racing during the Slovakia Grand Prix 2026, Miro.
It's a fantastic atmosphere. I think it's a record from spectators here, and also spectators for grid, 36 or 38 cars. For us, it works. A lot of people speak with me and all, but it's fun. It's fun. It's very fine for propagation motorsport, and I think that's best Slovakian event.
Lovely. D5, another victory. That's the goal.
We will see. I am every time very careful for this prognose.
Okay, thank you so much. How do you take this support? Because so many people here. I mean, everybody is supporting ARC Bratislava and the other Slovakian guys here in Slovakia Ring. This must be the weekend for you guys.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome. If you see the people, the crowd, they are cheering. So it's great. It's great.
Yeah.
Hopefully, it's going to be even better maybe next year or something. But it's awesome. It's awesome.
Yeah. Miro just told us that you are the best GT driver in Slovakia. So what are the plans for the rest of the 2026? Are you going to see you somewhere else also racing?
Hopefully. Hopefully we gonna go to Sepang or something in Malaysia with Miro. We will see. That's the boss. He's talking. He's talking about the money and about the stars.
Anyway, anywhere you go, we keep fingers crossed for you guys. Thank you so much. Have a good race.
Thank you very much. Bye.
Okay, so this was Deno Mikuláško, and of course also Miro Konopka will be starting the race from pole position, the team boss and the employee, as we heard, the best GT driver in Slovakia. That's the opinion of Miro Konopka. Well, take this not so seriously. We have so many great GT drivers in Slovakia, including, for example, Stefan Rosina and the others. But Zdeno, he is really good, and he is still, gaining more and more experience, and he's getting quicker and quicker. Sepang, he told us about Sepang. That is very possible. Scenario for ARC Bratislava for the rest of 2026, because in Sepang there is going to be a Creventic endurance race, and we know that Miro Konopka has a match passion for endurance races and also for Creventic series in general. GT X-Class, I believe. Oh yes, Denis Waszek and his Lamborghini Huracan Super Trofeo. Denis, another hot day here in Slovakia, but we do have beautiful sunny weather. The stunt rider doing some stuff over there. The grandstand is packed. How much are you enjoying Slovakia Ring this weekend?
As always, I love Slovakia Ring, so enjoying it a lot. Yesterday, we were celebrating the third position with my family and friends, so it was amazing.
How long have you been celebrating, actually? Secret?
It's a secret, yeah.
Okay, okay. Another fierce battle in GTX class for you and your team. So, what's the goal for today? How difficult it is for the tires, actually, because the tarmac is hot, over 30 degrees. So, how challenging will be the race?
Yeah, with the Super Trofeo, it's very challenging. The tires on the back are not so good in the second part of the race, so it will be all about tire management and to have fun.
Lovely. Thank you so much. We keep fingers crossed for you as always.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. So this is Denis Waszek, ladies and gentlemen, one of the most fierce and dedicated contenders in GTX class, as always, driving his beloved Lamborghini Huracan Super Trofeo. Those are the typical colors, the white and red colors of GT2 Motorsport, as always. This is how you recognize Denis Waszek on the track very, very easily. Well, and I'm also curious if we are going to see Denis Waszek next year and also the year after, possibly with the new car, because you know very well that Lamborghini already developed the new Lamborghini Temerario, not only for the GT3 classes, but also for the Cup racing, which means we are going to have a new Temerario Super Trofeo for 2027 already. So this will be a huge buzz on international scene of GT Cup racing. So maybe we are also going to see some of those cars racing in the FIA Central European Zone Championship. Alex Lusty will be starting the race in D5 class again with his beautiful Praga R1. This is absolutely amazing car. It's a Czech power, as I say very often. I know that, I'm sorry for it, but I just can't help myself. Let's try to have a quick chat with Alex. Alex, hello. So this will be another race with this beautiful Czech beauty Praga R1. How much excited are you for the second sprint here on Slovakia Ring?
Yeah, I'm excited for every single race here at Slovakia Ring and on GT Cup overall.
Okay.
So yeah, we will fight with Petr Koukula probably. He's sitting in Norva, so I hope for a good fight.
Does Praga fit perfectly for Slovakia Ring? It's a challenging track, almost 6 kilometers for horizon. So how do you feel behind the steering wheel here?
Yeah, better than in Most. Most is more technical, more slower. Here are fast corner, which is better for Praga.
Okay, yeah. Thank you so much. We keep fingers crossed for you as always. Thank you so much, Alex. Have a good race. So this was Alex Lusty, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, he just told us that he expects to have the biggest fight between himself and Petr Koukula, starting with that beautiful Norma with number 73 on the body kit. That's the car which is being entered as always by Yannick Motorsport in those beautiful white and red Nutrient colors. That's very typical for Nutrient, for Janik Motorsport, of course. So we are going to watch also those battles within D5 class between Praga R1 and the Norma car. Well, moving on. Again, I'm so delighted to have one of those beautiful GT3 beasts on the grid for the GT Cup Series for the Grand Prix of Slovakia 2026. The Polish team and their Mercedes AMG GT3. It's actually the only GT3 car listed into the GT3 class, so it's great to have this edition on the grid also for the GT Cup Series and for the FIA Central European Zone Championship. This is the fan favorite because of the amazing characteristic sound which goes out of that large engine which powers this amazing Mercedes. And this is the third and the last car entered by the ARC Bratislava, also on the starting grid. As you can see, we have another Konopka on the grid. Of course, this is the youngest son of Miro. Adam is the youngest son of Miro Konopka. Of course, I'm wondering if we are going to see Adam also doing some Creventic races at the second half of the year, because we are going to have Sepang. We are speaking about that together with Zdeno Mikuláško. Plus, we are going to have a replacement for Gulf 12 Hours, which is going to take place in Istanbul this time. So maybe we are going to watch Adam Konopka racing alongside his father and possibly Zdeno Mikuláško in Huracan GT3 also in the second part of the year. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are clearing the starting grid right now. As you can see, more than 30 cars on the grid for the second sprint race of the GT Cup Series of the FIA Central European Zone Championship here on Slovakia Ring. This is the big final of Grand Prix of Slovakia 2026. Make sure you are joining us live for the 25-minute sprint race in a few moments. Thank you so much. I'm gonna join you from my commentary box. So one more time, hello and good afternoon, race fans. One more time, welcome to Slovakia. We are in Orechova Potoň, which is the lovely small village not so far away from this beautiful racing facility called Slovakia Ring. This is the big final of the GT Cup Series here during the 2026 Slovakian Grand Prix. This is going to be the second sprint race of the weekend here on Slovakia Ring, and you are already checking up the starting grid. We were just talking about the grid while we were doing the grid walk together, and I'm so grateful that you are joining us live also for this race. It's great to see so many GT cars, so many LMP3 cars also here in Orechova Potoň on Slovakia Ring, because it's just a great addition for all the fans, all the race fans coming to see the 2026 Slovakian Grand Prix. And as we spoke with Miro Konopka, our poleman for the second race, he believes that maybe we are actually facing a potential spectators record for the 2026 Slovakian Grand Prix. And the truth is, we do have so many people, fully packed main grandstand, fully packed the grandstand just above the first corner in this place you are watching right now. We do also have fans occupying the general admission places, so many fans in paddock, so many fans in fun area. So it's just place to be if you are a race fan in Slovakia this weekend, and it is absolutely amazing for everybody. Plus, we are enjoying the late summer, the beautiful weather. The sun is shining, the sky is clear, and it is just perfect. So, ladies and gentlemen, have a coffee, have a water, have anything refreshing, sit back and enjoy the second sprint race of the race weekend here on Slovakia Ring. This is 2026 Slovakian Grand Prix, and we are going to have a Slovakian home hero, Miro Konopka, starting the race from pole position again, as he was absolutely the quickest in the qualifying this morning with his best time at the level of 1:57.2. The gap between him and Filip Sterčevský driving number 33 Ligier, entered by Aquaflame Racing, was actually larger than 1 second, 1.048 between Miro Konopka and Filip Sterčevský in second place. Those are the top two Ligier, as you can see behind the beautiful BMW Alpina safety car. So we are in the middle of the formation lap, and we are just getting ready for the race to be started. Again, this is going to be a proper flying start on the main straight of Slovakia Ring, this beautiful world-famous Slovakian racing facility, almost 6 kilometers long, with racing over the 4 horizons, which makes the racing here even more spicy. So let's get ready for the racing action. Here is it with number 4, that is Adam Konopka, the youngest son of Miro Konopka, behind the wheel of his Lamborghini Huracan GT3. Actually, we saw Adam Konopka in troubles at the end of the qualifying as he went off the track and ended up in the gravel zone. The reason for that was that Adam Konopka unfortunately suffered a puncture of the rear left, which caused him a lot of troubles, and he went off into the gravel zone. But the mechanics of ARC Bratislava, they made it okay again for the second race. So also Adam's Lamborghini is absolutely prepared for the second race of the weekend. So we do have 25 minutes on the clock, and you can see this beautiful racing field. In total, we do have 36 cars. 36 cars took part in qualifying, so almost 40 cars for the second sprint race of the GT Cup Series, for the second sprint race of the FIA Central European Zone Championship here on Slovakia Ring. And let's get ready. We are here on the main straight again, and it is going to be a proper fight between those two Ligiers into the first corner. We do have the red lights, and the lights are out, and we are racing for the second time here on Slovakia Ring. And Zdeno Mikuláško is already trying to overtake his team boss Miro Konopka, and Zdeno Mikuláško goes into the lead. So yellow Lamborghini is in the lead, and also Denis Waszek is going around the outside, but there was not enough space for Denis Waszek to complete the overtake. So this was a bold move done by Zdeno Mikuláško, who is your new race leader. And again, it is the same scenario. It is much more harder for those Ligier cars to heat the tires up into the right temperature. So right now, just after the race has started again, it is Zdeno Mikuláško who is the quickest on Slovakia Ring behind the wheel of his Lamborghini Huracan GT3 number 14. So Zdeno Mikuláško again, he is the best driver of the GTX class, and again he is going after the win within the GTX class. So this is the best possible start for Zdeno Mikuláško, as he overtook Miro Konopka immediately after the lights went out. This was a bold move because Zdeno Mikuláško had to overtake had to overtake both Ligier LMP3 cars. This was something very, very special. But look at this now. Konopka back in the lead behind the wheel of his bright yellow Ligier, number 44. So we do have two Ligier LMP3 cars right now fighting each other, not only for the overall win, but also and more importantly for the win in D5 class, because actually in GT Cup Series we do not award prizes for the overall standings, but for the class wins only. So this is very important for Miro Konopka, as he managed to overtake Zdeno Mikuláško very quickly, only few corners after the races started. So within the first lap, Miro Konopka is back in the lead, and now he's trying to pull away from Filip Sterczewski, the Polish driver behind the wheel of number 33 Ligier, entered by the Polish squad Aquaflame Racing. So let's have a proper fight for the win in D5 class between Miro Konopka and Filip Sterczewski. The cards are on the table, and we are racing for the D5 class win between those two Le Mans prototypes, and that's the only thing we wanted to see before the race weekend has started. So this is the dream of Slovakian fans, to see those Le Mans prototype cars racing each other on Slovakian home soil. This is it. Miro Konopka is leading the way, and here is Adam Konopka, his youngest son, who is trying to find his way ahead of the KTM. So this should be another battle within the GTX class. I believe it is Daniel Skalicki ahead of Adam Konopka right now. So that's the battle for third place in GTX. So this is quite an important fight for Adam Konopka. If he wants to be on the podium after this race, he just must overtake Dan Skalicki in his number 789 KTM. And that is not going to be an easy task for young Adam Konopka. Right now, of course, the race leader in GTX class is Zdeno Mikuláško behind the wheel of his Lamborghini. Then it is Denis Waszek behind the wheel of his Lamborghini Huracan Super Trofeo. So we do have Huracan GT3 and Huracan Super Trofeo occupying the top two places within the GTX class right now, with 21 minutes to go in this race. Then Przemysław Biankowski, he had a very good start of the race. Right now he is in 6th place, leading of course the GT3 class, because he is the only driver listed within GT3, even though we do have other GT3 cars on the grid, but those two Lamborghinis are listed within GTX. So actually Przemysław Biankowski is not racing Mikuláško or Konopka, but he is doing a very good job since the race has started, and we do have him already in 6th. So good start done also by Przemysław Biankowski behind the wheel of that lovely green Mercedes AMG GT3 with number 1 on its body kit. So 20 minutes to go, and this is another fight we were expecting. Petr Koukola behind the wheel of his Norma versus Alex Tlusty driving his Praga R1. So far so good for Alex Tlusty actually, as he is ahead. And I'm gonna check on this, because this is a battle for 4th place in D5 class, and Alex Tlusty is in P4, just ahead of Petr Koukola. Of course, it's going to be extremely difficult for Alex Tlusty to chase down at last one of those Ligiers if we speak about possible podium fight for Alex Tlusty, but we can't rule out that something is going to happen in this race. So Alex Tlusty, he just needs to be as close as possible, because anything can happen in racing, and of course also podium finish in D5 class would be possible for Alex Tlusty and his beautiful Praga R1. But right now, be aware of Petr Koukola, because he is closely behind Alex Tlusty. Those are the two cars at the end of this group, but right now good job done by Alex Tlusty as he overtakes the KTM, and right now he is much more safer, because there is at last one car between him and Petr Koukola behind the wheel of Norma. So Petr Koukola right now, he has no chance for attacking Alex Tlusty. So good job done by Alex Lusty in the opening stages of the race. Meanwhile, Miro Konopka leading the way with setting the fastest lap of the race so far, 1:57.4. This is almost a qualifying pace shown by Miro Konopka, so this is a very good job done by the Slovakian racing legend, the Slovakian Mr. Le Mans himself, leading the way again, and the gap is already over 3 seconds between him and Filip Sterchevsky in second place. So again, Miro Konopka is going after the win on a home soil. And after the season of the GT Cup Series, after the season of the FIA Central European Zone Championship, we are going to be so curious about the future of ARC Bratislava, because we already have been insisted that it's quite possible that we're gonna see some bright yellow also racing overseas in the closing stages in 2026 season, because we are going to have a Creventic race in Sepang, and we are also going to have endurance race in Istanbul Park, which is actually the replacement for Gulf 12 Hours, which is not going to take a place because of the international situation on Middle East. So right now we are celebrating ARC Bratislava winning on Slovakia Ring, but in the second half of the year it's quite possible we are going to watch ARC Bratislava also racing abroad. But right now let's be focused on this battle, because I believe this was Zdeno Mikulashko overtaking... Oh no, I'm sorry. This is Zdeno Mikulashko still leading GTX class, and he is in third place overall. But right now, as you can see, he is under some serious pressure from Tomasz Dyszkiewicz from Poland. That's the second Ligier entered by Aquaflame Racing, and right now Zdeno Mikulashko has his mirrors just full of the white color as Tomasz Dyszkiewicz is getting closer and closer behind him. So this might be a fight into the first corner of the racetrack here on Slovakia Ring. But as you can see, there is actually a huge difference in the top speed on the main straight between Lamborghini Huracan GT3 and the Ligier. And if I'm not mistaken, there was a problem to the Praga R1 being driven by Alex Lusty, because we saw that car going really slowly on the straight. So I'm afraid that there is some kind of problem to the Praga, which makes me sad, because we all do love this car, which is absolutely breathtaking. It's a Czech power, it's a proper Czech supersport. So let's hope that Alex Lusty will be able to continue, but he is dropping down the order. I can see that on live timing that Alex Lusty is losing places, and right now he is already in B8. Actually, he was much higher in the standings. So that's a bad news for Praga fans, because it is quite obvious that Alex Lusty is facing some kind of technical issues to his car with 15 minutes to go. Again, this is Mikulashko, yesterday's winner of GTX class, and this was so close. Oh no! This is Tomasz Dyszkiewicz doing a mistake, and I believe he was taken by surprise behind Zdeno Mikulashko, because maybe Tomasz Dyszkiewicz, he saw some space for overtaking, but he was denied by Mikulashko. But I think that the Slovakian driver of Lamborghini, he was only keeping his racing line, so this was a driving mistake done by Tomasz Dyszkiewicz. This was a potentially dangerous moment. Fortunately, there was no one behind, so Tomasz Dyszkiewicz had plenty of time for rejoining in the right direction. As you can see, that is Waszek is over there, and still, even after the mistake of Dyszkiewicz, there is a large gap between his Ligier and the Lamborghini Huracan Super Trofeo of Waszek. So this was unfortunate moment, also not good for the tires on Ligier. but still going without any damage, and that's the most important thing, not only for Tomasz, but also for the whole Aquaflame Racing team. Well, 14 minutes to go. Miro Konopka is your race leader. So we are halfway through in the second sprint race of the race weekend here on Slovakia Ring. This is the 2026 Slovakian Grand Prix, and so far so good for the Slovakian fans, as Miro Konopka is already chasing down the traffic, and he's almost catching the back of the field as we speak. There is one of those old BMWs also still racing. If I check on the results right now, we can say who is there just in front of Miro. So Konopka is catching the traffic, so this is the second crucial part of the race after the race start itself, because right now it's important not to lose so much time overtaking those slower cars. Meanwhile, we do have a proper battle in the Polish 4F Cup. I believe that those are the cars listed within Porsche 4F Cup in this race. I think it's Tomasz Lach, one of those drivers. Let's check on the numbers. Yes, it is Tomasz Lach up in the front, driving the Porsche 911 GT Cup car. Right now he is in third place within Porsche 4F Cup, so that's the additional class for the Slovakia Ring, the Polish Porsche Cup. But now he was overtaken by Filip Zagorski, and also Artur Paziewski is in the game. So three drivers are joining the party within Porsche 4F Cup, battling each other for third place in this class standing. So it's a great and proper fight for the Polish Championship class podium. Meanwhile, in Porsche 4F Cup, we do have Jan Antoszewski in first place, ahead of Maciej Bernarczyk. There is a decent gap between those two drivers, over 4 seconds between Antoszewski and Bernarczyk, which means it's a quite safe situation for Antoszewski right now. And right now this driver with Porsche number 40 is going after the win in Porsche 4F Cup class. In third, it is Filip Zagorski, and that's the battle we are watching right now. Zagorski, Lach and Paziewski. Farther down the order is Igor Klaya. He is losing some 6 seconds to those three drivers fighting each other. But this is a good situation right now for Filip Zagorski, because he managed to overtake those two drivers, and now, as you can see, he is pulling away in his yellow and blue Porsche Cup car. So good job done by Zagorski, who took third place in Porsche 4F Cup. And right now, this is the Lamborghini number 14. So again, we are watching Mikuláško as he overtook by 1 lap the beautiful and breathtaking BMW M8 GTE. Unfortunately, it's quite obvious that Gregor Žigo is facing some kind of issues with his beautiful car on Slovakia Ring, because he's definitely not up to the pace of the top of the GTX class, where we expect to see this car. Oh no, we do have a problem. There is a trouble to one of those Lamborghini cars off the screen right now. but I think that there is a problem to the Lamborghini of Mikuláško. I saw some white smoke coming off the right rear tire. So let's hope for Mikuláško that he is not having some kind of serious technical issue. But potentially this could be a flat tire, which is not good news for Mikuláško. According to live timing, he is still in third and leading the GTX class. But I saw the white smoke coming off the 14 Lamborghini, which is his car. So maybe it was just a part of the body kit touching the right rear tire, and Zdeno Mikuláško is up to speed again. So fortunately, I believe there is no drama for the ARC Bratislava, for the home team, and the Lamborghini of Zdeno Mikuláško is up to speed again. So only 8 minutes remains now. And after the weekend on Slovakia Ring, there will be 4 more races, 2 sprints in Brno, and the other 2 sprints taking place on Hungaroring. This will be the season final in mid-October. Of course, you are very much welcome to join us for the race weekend in Brno or for the season final on Hungaroring. So we all are so much looking forward to see the breathtaking racing facility in Hungary after the huge reconstruction. So it will be a proper season final in mid-October, but until then we still do have 7 minutes of this race. To go. I was just checking on Zdeno Mikuláško, but as you can see now on your own eyes, Mikuláško has no troubles at all. So it was just for a moment when we saw the white smoke coming out of the right rear tire. So most likely it was just a piece of body kit, of the carbon fiber body kit, touching the tire. Fortunately for Mikuláško, it has not resulted into a puncture, so he is still going quickly and still delivering a good lap times. Last time around 2:02.4 for Mikuláško, so there is a decent gap between him and Tomáš Tiszkiewicz, driving number 10 Ligier LMP3, being currently third in the 5 class. 3.2 seconds between Mikuláško and Tiszkiewicz. Behind Tiszkiewicz, it is Adam Konopka already, so good job done by Adam Konopka in this race. It means that Adam Konopka overtook Denis Waszek in the fight for second place in the GTX. It means also that right now ARC Bratislava are going for a 1-2 finish in this race. So it can be absolutely perfect day for the Slovakian racing team, being run by the team boss Miro Konopka, who is also leading the race in the overall standings. So this is a very, very good situation, not only for Miro and Adam, but for the whole ARC Bratislava team. And I'm still more and more curious about the autumn season of 2026, because I would love to see racing Miro, Zdeno and Adam together on Sepang or on Istanbul Park. It would be so great to see this. We are always very supportive if we speak about Czech and Slovakian races doing the international races, not only Creventic, but for example also Asian Le Mans Series and the other races. So it would be just so great if this is just a prequel for the rest of 2026. It's kind of strange, you know, that we are going to have races in, for example, Sepang, and on the other hand, the Asia Le Mans Series in Sepang has been cancelled because the whole Asia Le Mans series has been shaken to Europe because of the international situation affecting Middle East. But still, it's possible to fly to Malaysia. It's quite far away from the Emirates and Iran, so it's pretty much safe to race there. So it's good that we are not losing Sepang, because that's a racing facility that we are going to talk about much more in the second half of 2026, as also the Grand Prix of Bahrain of Formula One has been rescheduled from Bahrain International Circuit in Malaysia for Sepang. So it's great to have Sepang on duty again, and I believe we are going to watch some of those races we are watching right now on Slovakia Ring also in Sepang in the second half of the year, as also the Creventic has this circuit on its calendar for the International 24-hour series, which is really, really good. So this might be a good preparation for the whole ARC Bratislava squad before the second part of the season takes place. And we do have 3 minutes to go in the second sprint race of the 2026 Slovakian Grand Prix. And we are following the team boss Miro Konopka again behind the wheel of his beautiful Ligier, number 44. Another lap done. We are starting 11th lap of the race, and Konopka leads the way. 2:01.6. That was the last lap done by Miro Konopka, which means it was badly affected by the racing traffic, but nevertheless he is still carrying a huge advantage. There is still a big gap between Miro Konopka and Filip Sterchevski in second place in D5 class. So those two Ligiers are divided by a huge gap. Here is the car in third place in D5 class. This is Tomáš Dyškiewicz. And as you can see, he is again closely behind Zdeno Mikuláško, so quite possibly we are going to see the rematch, let's say, because a few minutes ago Tomáš Dyškiewicz spun around while he was trying to overtake Zdeno Mikuláško. He lost some time, but now he is back, and again he is in contact with the Lamborghini of Mikuláško. You just saw how much quicker is Ligier around the corner, because the big downforce just helps this car so much with the with the speed in the corners. But on the other hand, Lamborghini is much more quicker on the straight, so it's quite difficult for the drivers of LMP3 car to overtake a GT3 car here on Slovakia Ring. Here we go again. That's the place where previously Dyškiewicz spun around. This time is much better for him, actually. It's a fight for third place overall. Unfortunately for Mikuláško, we are not awarding the overall standings in GT Cup Series. So, of course, for his good feeling, he can fight Dyškiewicz, and of course he wants to fight. He is a racer. Oh, he's closing the doors. No inside line for Dyškiewicz. This was quite bold from Zdeno Mikuláško, who holds his third place, and for nothing in this world he wants to give up. So good job done. This is the racing heart of Zdeno Mikuláško, and just so good to see such a bold and brave behavior of a racing driver on his home. So this is also for the fans gathering here on the grandstand, because they want to see the Slovakian drivers doing the best they can to bring the trophies home, and ARC Bratislava is just perfect by doing so this weekend. So another great battle between Zdeno Mikuláško and Tomáš Dyškiewicz, but we do have only 20 seconds to go, so I'm afraid that the race is going to be over pretty much soon, and we are just waiting for the confirmation of the last lap of the race. Again, Konopka behind the wheel of his yellow Ligier number 44, doing a great job. Time is up, so let's wait and see for the confirmation of the last lap of the race. I believe that right now we are in second to last lap, and the last lap will be confirmed after Konopka will cross the finish and starting line now. over the horizon again. And we are reaching the final parts of Slovakia Ring. This beautiful racing 5.9 kilometers racing facility. World famous racetrack actually, because previously we also had the races of the World Touring Car Cup here in Slovakia. But this was the last lap after all, so yes, it is done. Miro Konopka won also the second sprint race here on Slovakia Ring, and again he won the D5 class, and that's the most important thing for Miro Konopka, as he is the race winner again. And oh, this is the second spin for Tomáš Diskiewicz, so once again Diskiewicz spun around also in the last lap of the race. Wow, so this was a proper fight between Mikuláško and Diskiewicz, which resulted in two mistakes of the Polish driver of the Ligier. Fortunately, again, without any damage to that beautiful white car. But this was a huge moment in the very last lap of the race. Diskiewicz also took the checkered flag, so he finished the race, but this was something again for the fans. So Miro Konopka won the race in the D5 class, just ahead of Filip Stelčevský. Zdeno Mikuláško won the race in GTX class with his Lamborghini Huracan GT3. So again, it's double win for ARC Bratislava. Diskiewicz in fourth, which means in third in D5. Adam Konopka in fifth, which means he's second in GTX class. Good job done by Adam. This is 1-2 finish for ARC Bratislava in a GTX class. Denis Waszek in the sixth, taking the third place in GTX class, just ahead of Przemysl Bienkowski in the seventh place, winning the GT3 class. Behind Przemysl Bienkowski, it is Jan Antoszewski winning the Porsche 4F Cup with his Porsche 911 Cup car. Maciej Bernarczyk takes second place within Porsche 4F Cup. Another finisher in D5 class, it's Petr Koukola in P10. Then we have another driver in a GTX class, that is Dan Skalicki, ahead of Viktor Mraz in P12. Another drivers in Porsche 4F Cup are Filip Zagorski and Tomáš Lach. Behind them, Ivan Vlachkov from Bulgaria in 15th place. I know that we also have many fans from Bulgaria joining the live stream, so hello to all of you, our Bulgarian friends supporting your driver. Again, good job done by the Bulgarian team. Then it's Artur Bazievski in 16th and Igor Klaya in 17th place. Michal Oliver in P18 in GTC standings. Then it's Amuno Pelete also racing within Porsche 4F Cup, ahead of Krzysztof Gorny in 20th place racing in GTC class. Piotr Podoba in P21 also racing in Porsche 4F Cup. Behind him it's Istok Armic in 22nd place in the GTC class with his with his Lamborghini. Bob Bau in 23rd. Behind Bob, it's Maciej Jaglars and Rafael Luzin. Pavel Kiepura winning GT4 Polish Cup, and Jan Wojtko winning the GT4 class with his car number 364. Sebastian Selinček in second in GT4 class. Behind him, Marek Zmyslowski, second place in GT4 Polish. Behind him, another two drivers of GT4 class, Piotr Szukalski and Tomáš Křížek. And then it's Kalman Bodis in a GTC. Behind him, we also have Pavel Gvidon-Vidrinsky taking the checkered flag in P33 and Piotr Kochuk taking the checkered flag in P34. Gregor Zhigo and Alex Lusty, both drivers were not classified, and they retired just before the race has ended. So this was the second sprint race of the GT Cup Series within the Grand Prix of Slovakia here on Slovakia Ring. Thank you so much for joining us. And if we speak about the GT Cup Series, I see you later in Brno, of course. And our program continues with the second races, of course, of TCR Eastern Europe and also with Twingo Cup. Thank you so much.